Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up at frenchiestamps.com in the US. Today it's all about happy, happy, happy. It is so much happy that is the stamp set, and it coordinates with the die called Happy. So you get the banner, you get kind of like the sky scallop, you get the stitch, the one with the little line, the bow, the little, like the twine, the balloon, stars, and so on. So really today I'm going to share different way to die cut the Happy, so you're going to see how friendly this die is. So here is one that it's in the card itself. Here it's a layer, straight, and diagonal. So let me share with you how to do that. First one that I got right here, I'm using the plaid designer series paper. That's the checkered in the black with Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to do a layer like this one here. What I got, the measurement, it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 because I just wanted a little border. And then my designer series paper, it is 4 by 5 1/4, or maybe it's one smaller. I'm gonna have all measurement, but you see I just got a little border. Now we're gonna take this, and this one, the Happy, it's on the layer, it's not inside the card. I see my battery's going dead. Let me switch that, be right back. I'm sorry about that. So this one is for a layer. So what you want, you can like temporary glue that if you want. I don't. I just align that, and we're going to do this one diagonal. So we're going to put it there. It look right on each side. And I'm going to put my Happy the way that I want. Do I want going down or, yeah. So it's going to go up. So I'm going to put that here. And this, I cannot give you a measurement. It's so easy to switch that. You can put it anywhere you want, okay? So as long as you know the measurement of your paper, you're good to go. One thing, you want to make sure that it don't pass the side of the platform. Because if it pass, you're going to have to tilt a bit your paper, because if the die pass on the side, you're going to bend the die, because when it rolled through with the other plate, so you're going to have to pivot your cardstock with your die so the die don't pass the side of the cutting plate there, or the platform. Now I'm going to put the other one at the top, and we're going to roll this through. I'm going to do all the cutting, and then I'm going to share with you how I assemble this. I think that's going to be better than bringing the machine back and forth on. So I just going to put those one together, because this one going to be together. Let me remove this. We're going to put that in the back. Now, for the one for the opening, this one here measure 4 1/4 by 11. So when you're going to pass that cut, you want to open your cardstock and then decide where you want to put your Happy. And again, maybe you're going to have to tilt a little bit to pass it through. It's right at the edge. See, you don't really have to tilt as long as you put your paper right at the edge. Not your paper, your die. See that here? So then, and then you would roll that. Okay, that's how you're going to do the one on the long way. We're going to do the vertical one. Also, I'm going to share how to have more than one Happy on the other card. So this one, you're going to open it up. Oh, not the white one. I want to do in the color, and I want to have the designer series paper also. So even if you want the one open, the card base that you see through the Happy, you're going to open your card base. This is a regular card base that measure 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, score at 4 1/4. You're going to place that there, and I'm going to place my designer series paper just like I did the other one. And I'm going to have my Happy I'm going to put my Appy straight, this one, because we got one diagonal. This one, I'm going to put it straight. And it is very not friendly on my end because of all my lights and the camera. But I think I can eyeball that straight. And it looks cockeyed there. Let's see. That's why sometimes I like to put it just cockeyed, so then it's straight. So that's what I'm going to do, just because I get difficulty with the camera in my way. But I'm going to have one I'm going to have to do very straight in a minute. So we're going to roll this through. And voila. Now we're going to take this and put that aside. And now I'm going to share how to do 3 on a piece of cardstock, like the one that I got. Oh, this one, happy, happy, happy. You could have that on the long cardstock too, like this one here, and have 3 happy that you see through. It's just then you're going to have no place to write really. So let's use, I'm using a 4 by 5 1/4. What I did, and I think that is the easiest way, I'm going to put my cardstock this way here, so then I don't have to worry about the side. I'm going to place my first happy at the top, and I leave about a 1/4 inch at the top empty. I could measure, I could have all my measurement, put crayon marks or pencil mark, but for me that's a lot of measuring, right? So I rather just eyeball this, make sure it's straight, well about straight, right? And then, oh, let's move that more there. And then we're going to cut the first one at the top. You know what? I'm going to use my magnet here, so then it won't move on me. Okay, I'm going to put that here. So I got about a 1/4 inch at the top that it's empty. It's going to be a little bit more because we got that part of the die there. So about a 1/4 at the top. We're going to roll this through. Let's bring that back here so you can see. Now I'm going to remove this. Now we're going to go at the bottom and do about the same thing, a 1/4 inch. So in another word, I want to do the top and the bottom first and then do the center. That is the easiest way without any doing a calculation math and where's the center, how wide it is, and so on. For me, this was easy. Just eyeball it and go with it. Even if it's not just right, it's homemade, it's okay. Now I'm going to make sure I don't have nothing in the back. Now I'm going to do the center in between those two. So I'm going to have a nice border in the center to do some stamping or put a banner there. And even if the happy it's not just lined up, I think that is okay. Again, if you're very type A personality, you can take a ruler and when you put the H, you would put with the H there. See, it's not. So then it would be easy to match up. So right now I see it's not. So I'm just going to move it a bit. So they're all going to be off a bit. So then if they're all off, that's good. But that's one way you could do it, a quick way to align that. It's put your ruler coming down and then you can align your die. Now we're going to roll this through. Now I am done with the machine and let me explain to you how I assemble that. Okay. So the one that I did with, I'm going to do this one first to show you. I did my stamping first, okay? That's what you would want to do. So it's easier to stamp without no layer in the back, especially glitter paper. It's kind of rough. So I did my stamping, and when I cut my little banner, I cut that and put the adhesive sheet in the back so it's easy to glue. One thing that I want to make mark of, it's when I cut my little banner. Now I'm looking where, here it is. When I cut my little banner, I did one on one side. You see, I did that on this side. And then I flipped the other way, so I got different color on my banners. So that's what I done. So then you're going to cut your glimmer paper the same size then you get your appy, and that was 4 by 5 1/4, and I glue it right there after that I stamp, and then put another layer in the back of the Blackberry Bliss. So that's how I process. See, I'm going to finish this one so you can see that. Is that cool? How with the glitter, how it goes. So that's how I done the appy, and then inside I just stamp Happy to Celebrate You, overlay my stamp. Now for the cloud that I did, that it's done on the long way, what I done, I use like this scallop here that really look like clouds. I just cut a piece of scrap paper, and then I put it on my card base before, or you can do it before or after, doesn't matter. And then I just use my sponge and sponge around. I had a sponge here. Is that the one? Yeah. And when I sponge, I started on my scrap paper and then bring it up and go as dark as you want. It looked like not much, but boom, when you remove it. Let me add more blue to my sponge. You're going to see a little bit more. So I started on my bottom there on my template and just keep on adding the blue till I wanted the color that, boom, it is. So that's how I done my clouds there. Now for the balloons, I got one here. Well, yep, it's still there. My goodness, surprisingly. So after I was done sponging, in the bottom I did the Pierre Pizzazz, more like the grass and then the sky. Let me share how I done the balloons. I cut that with the glitter paper, and those die are very, very tiny. See that? And I was like, how the heck am I going to glue that? Well, my best advice is you could use the adhesive sheet too, but I wanted some raised up, not stuck on the card. What I done, I started with the string. I use a glue dot. Put that right in the center of your glue dot. Yes, it's going to pass. That's okay. Remove this. Let's bring that to our balloon right here. And then we're going to take our little bow, the center, here we go. We're going to take that little bow and attach that right in the center. And that was enough to get that to glue. Oh, I went very cockeyed here. You know what? I wanted that one there. Yeah, I'm going to put that one there. This one it's glue direct. This one it's, let me think, with dimensional. And I'm going to do this one with dimensional also. So I got one dimensional, no dimensional, and maybe I want 2 dimensional. No, I'm just going to put 1 dimensional in the back there. Here we go. And really this one should be in the back. Okay, and this one, just so it's going to attach there, what I'm going to do is just use a tiny little bit of Tombow in my jar here. I get the Tombow. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit, just so it won't get caught when I put it in the envelope. So, okay, so that's how I done this one. Now, let me share with you another little tip on this one so you can align the back. So this one opened that you get your happy, you know, this way. How did I decide where to adhere this? This I embossed with the ornate flower. I'm going to say skip that part because you don't really see a little bit on the glitter paper, but not enough to stop and do it. So I just put my finger here and well, let's do that back right here. And then I brought my piece of glitter that I already had my adhesive in the back. And then I just put it a little bit higher than where I had my finger. So that way I knew when I would close that, boom. This here, it's about 1 1/4 if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's about 1 1/4, and my banner that I put under, I put 1 1/2, so I had some wiggle room. So that's how I done this one. Now, keep on going with tips. How did I do my balloon that are different color? I started with Melon Mumbo. I stamped the big or the small balloon with Melon Mumbo. Now I took the Blackberry Bliss, use some Blackberry Bliss or Rich Raspberry, one or the other would work, and tap just one side. You just tap a little bit on one side. Now I'm gonna off on this, and then I'm gonna stamp that right here. Voila. So now I got like the two-tone in my balloon, like when the light hit, you know, it's darker on one side, lighter where the light hit. That's what I done. Now for, this is in Melon Mumbo, the little twine there, it's in Melon Mumbo. And what I done, I just used my scrap that I was doing the clouds with, put that at the bottom, and then I just went at the top here, grab at, boom. Oops, see, I could have went a little bit higher. It's better to go higher than lower. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the marker and I'm going to attach that to the balloon. I could always, too, take the little bow and put it there, but I didn't put bow. I just put, well, let's see how the bow looks, so I can share with you how the bow look. So I'm going to take the bow and eyeball that right there. Boom. And I just going to put one because 3 bow over there are going to look kind of heavy. So that's how I done this one. Okay, let's move along. Now this here, or which the other one, or this one, they're done about the same way. The only thing, this one here, after I cut my happy, I measure, and you're going to see what I'm talking about here. Let me bring, when you die cut your happy, you're going to have like the mark, it's almost like embossed, where your die finished. Not sure if the camera show that. So what I done, when it's straight, I don't have to cut the word happy there. I can cut that after. So what I done, let's say it's straight here, I measure to the line, and that's how I decide how wide I want it. This here measure 4, so I went 3/7/8, and then I measure by 1 3/4. And here I measure by, it was 2. Even if I would give you the measurement, it's 99% sure that this won't work for you, because depends where you put your happy. So that's why I just going to say, you know, use the designer series paper of your choice and measure from the groove of the happy, the line, to the top about 1/8 of an inch that you want, whatever you want around. And that's how I measure that. Now, when it comes to diagonal, then it would be hard to, you would have to make mark and so on. So for me, I think if you cut it first, then that's much easier. So I got with the yellow, so that this happy there, we're going to use that for a layer like a shadow in the back. How I did that is I took my designer series paper, and this one is very tricky because it's black and white checkers. It's hard to see. I'm gonna put that right there and right there. I'm leaving about a 1/4 inch. So if you put the tip and the tip at 1/4 inch, that, oh, you know what? I just cover a new thing. Here we go. So that's going to be perfectly straight. Gonna use this, my line, just discover this here. How awesome is that? And I'm gonna align that equally just above the line there. Now I'm gonna close this and cut. That was an awesome discovery. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, but then I'm gonna follow my line at the 1/4 there, and I just went below the line so you can see that it's straight, and cut. Don't you love it when you discover something awesome like this? Now, to use it as, you know, a shadow in the back, well, I didn't want the checkers. Well, let's glue this together. Let's glue this here. So now you see your diagonal cut are matched perfect because you follow that epi. So it's no guessing, boom, boom, it is done, it matched. Because it would be very difficult to try to measure, okay, this line, this way you don't have to do no mat. It is done for you, boom. Et voila. And that, I mount that on a piece, on a white base card that I had around here, that now I don't see it. So we're gonna grab another, no, I got it right here. I got one too many cards maybe that I share, but I wanted to share with you how this bundle is very friendly. So now let's just remove the fuzz here. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to turn this completely black. So how to do that? Let me bring my scrap paper here, and we can cut that right at the edge because we don't need the bottom there. We don't need that. So I cut that just where the wording finished, the epi, and cut that there. Now, I'm going to take my Memento ink. You can take a sponge or you can drag your pad. If you drag your pad like me, you do it at your own risk. I don't want you to damage your pad and you say, Frenchie said to do this. So, in other words, you do this at your own risk. I use my pad constantly like that, and you just have to be gentle a bit. But I find it a lot faster than using my sponge. So if you use your sponge, all your die cut very tight, because if you rub too hard, you're going to maybe rip your letters, right? Okay, now that we got this done, we're going to put that in the back. See how it popped those letters? So you don't have to cut another epi in the black. We can use that. Boom. So let's turn this around, and we're going to put our adhesive in the back here. And I'm going to put a strip here and a strip over here. I don't want to put more because I want to pop that up. So let me turn this here, and you know what would be great for that? Would be my silicone mat. We're going to put that there, and then I can match this right here. Press that there, and look at that when we put that on the white. Oh, I'm a little bit too high there. Let's push that down. You see, I don't want to see the top or the bottom. I just want to have the shadow on my happy. See how cool that is? So this one here, what I'm going to do is put that with dimensional. I like, oh, you know what? Let's use this here. Gonna put that there, put that there. Okay, I need more dimensional. Yes, sometimes I think that dimensional fall off the sky. Yeah, because I use a lot. I don't like it when it caves, so I use more than I should many times. So let's do another one. And then I thought, like the other one, I used the daisy. I thought this, use the pine from not in the wood, but in the pines. I thought this one, the daisy with the black and the yellow, would be very pretty. So I punched out some daisy. I will finish this card after we're done the video, but right below you get the direct link, and I'm going to share many of these cards. So just many, I will share them all. If it's not all on one day, I'm going to tell you when it's going to be the next one. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to mount that right here. So now it gives more depth with that. And see, I did my daisy here. I don't know which color I'm gonna put my daisy there, and I'm gonna put birthday. See, I think I'm gonna use all the color in the daisy, to be honest. And I'm gonna put this here. I used the everyday label, and I punched my birthday there. So that's how I'm gonna decorate this one. See how cool that's gonna be, and that layer in the back make a world of a difference. Okay, one more, and I think that with all these cards that I give you quite a bit to work with, right? So we're gonna, and this one, it's because it was no cards. Yeah, it's regular cardstock. The other one was the white, so it's thinner. So you just have to press that out there. Here we go. Gonna move that there. Now this here, it's gonna be the same thing. I don't want the appy in that color. I just want this. So, but I want to share with you how you could do the opening, like I did the other one, the simple at the bottom. So using the card base. So this is gonna be white inside. So when you're going to be writing, you just have to, you're going to see through, or you're going to have to write just at the top of it in the back. I know, or in the back. Some people write in the back. Now to cut the happy, we're going to do the same than we did with the other one. So just align. This is the best discovery I think that I did. Oops. Right at the 1/4 inch, I just lined it up. Don't know if it on the camera there. You just lined it up, so I aligned that right below the 1/4 inch, so it's equally. I'm gonna go a little bit lower this time. As long as I follow that line with this, gonna cut this. That's one, and then we're gonna go at the top, do about the same distance that I did. That is, I'm so excited about that discovery during this video. So now I got this appy. So you can save the appy. Let's say I don't want another layer in the back of this one, so I can save this appy for another card. So this one, I will save it for another card, but see, this match perfect. I know I got one piece. Here we go. And this match perfect. Oops, this way. So that's how I cut my paper, that it's very, very easy, friendly to match. So just gonna have to reinforce that, glue that together. So we got that one, and this is a layer, okay? So this is in the card base itself. This is a layer. That's a layer over here. Now you got this one sideways, that it's a layer. This is in the card base direct, and then you get the triple appy here. So I hope you enjoyed this, and again, all the product that I use and the bundle and so on will be listed on my blog. So right below you get the direct link, and also I'm gonna have the measurement on my blog. thank you so much for stopping by. Till next time, happy stamping. Bye-bye for now.